and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Just Tasha Things. Today's video, holy shit, there was so much that happened. So much. I should have written down notes, but I did not, because I'm dumb. I am. I battle with myself every day like that. Okay, there was a podcast that happened with Lukewarm Tea that it was Casey and Beck and Casey's friends Nerfy and Jade, but not that Jade. And it was mixed. The reviews were mixed. Some people said it was fantastic. Some people said, because the mods were a huge issue. I only managed to catch the last bit of it, but apparently they were banning and blocking people who use the word abuse. So you're talking about with two victims or survivors of abuse and you can't say the word abuse. First of all, this whole PC language of not being able to say certain things like DV, SA, unalive, I think that's such bullshit because it's so important to say these things, to say the word. Specifically for me, the unalive word is really important for me to take the power back from it. A little tidbit about me. This tattoo is from my brother, who unalived. And this is from my cousin, who also unalived. This is for my dogs. They didn't unalive. They just died of natural causes. Anyway, so I feel really passionate about that, and I hate that the internet is now censoring these words, but then these mods censor even further. Like, I remember Jade, not that Jade, saying, like, tiptoeing around the whole calling someone a narcissist. Like, apparently that's not okay anymore. I mean, this PC language, to me, personally, gives me anxiety because, like, I know that if I say the wrong thing, which I will call something, like, I used to call people with schizophrenia schizophrenics, and you're not supposed to say that anymore. You're supposed to say people with schizophrenia, because otherwise it's like schizophrenic, calling them schizophrenics that's their whole identity, and they're more than that. And I get that. And for people who say that they're autistic, apparently you're not supposed to say that either for the same reason. You're supposed to say you have autism or you're on the autism spectrum. To me personally, with that, I don't give a shit. You can say I'm autistic. I don't give a shit. Call a spade, I'm autistic, bitch. That's who I am. That's a big part of me. Obviously not the only part of me, but a big part of me. You can call me autistic. Just don't say I have Asperger's. That's the only thing. And that makes actual sense to me in my black and white brain because I did a whole thing. I think I talked about this in one of my videos. I did a whole thing on Hans Asperger was a Nazi and called children with autism autistic psychopaths, because that was the lingo back then, but specifically girls with autism, he said, were incorrigible, could not be rehabilitated, and sent many of them to this place where they died during World War II. He also pledged his allegiance to the Fuhrer, said Heil Elon Musk, in one of his speeches, because he wanted to keep funding. That's why we don't say Asperger's anymore. Okay. Anyway, I took another gummy. I've had an interesting day. I had a really, really good start to the day. I had a really good beginning of the day. And then I got triggered by something and I've had a shit day since. I don't know. I managed to talk to my mom for the first time in a few days today. For those of you who don't know, she has cancer. She's going through chemo. She's sleeping most of the day. So I managed to talk to her today. So that was supposed to make me feel happier, but it just made me cry more. Anyway, this isn't about me. This is about Amber Flambers. I'm very high. Yeah, so this live happened and mixed reviews on it. I liked the people in the live. I know a lot of people were saying, I see that Miss Amber Bamber Flambers just finished a live with her because she was gonna break her silence. But you never were silent to begin with about Beck. So she posted this whole thing, and this was during the live with Nerfy, Casey, Jade, not that Jade, and Beck. And let me just read it, because I think it's really stupid. After thinking about it and getting the opinion from my family, friends, my therapist, and all of the stream queens I love and adore, you only love them because they give you money, I have decided I will no longer be silent in a situation where silence isn't the answer, and silence is only causing me pain and allowing stagnancy in a place where I want to heal, grow, and move on. Bitch, can you learn how to was that a whole that was an entire sentence. That's a run-on sentence. I'm a university student. I notice these fucking things. This whole portion, this whole thing is a sentence? C-. I will share my side. There should be a comma here. But I will only be doing that in my members only live streams. It was sharing your side behind a paywall, huh? If you want to join, click the link below. No, I'm not giving you $10. But I want to make it very clear. This will not be a place to bash Beck, to insult Beck, or to invalidate Beck. You're the only one who's doing that, bitch. You are. It's going to be a place for me to be accountable in the wrong doings I've done by being open about them, sharing what I did, and sharing what I could have done differently. Really now. It is also going to be a place for me to share my point of view of situations that I remember differently. Because as wrong as I was in a lot of situations with Beck, it is wrong to lie and exaggerate things that are not true. What? This is about finally allowing myself to publicly be accountable and stand up for myself. I stand up for myself. You sound like a toddler. 2 things can happen at once. She says it a lot. And some people mention that she got that from Charlie Gold, which makes sense. I can be accountable for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, K, while also clarifying that elemental P are not true. She thought she killed it with that line. I'm sure she thought she ate with that line. It's like, very good. You know how to, the alphabet a bit. You know, the last half, the Q, R, S, T, U, Z, W, X, Y, and Z. What about those? What about those, Amber? Do not let those 2 things get mixed up, please. This is hard to read. As much room as Beck is getting to share their truth, I am not ready to share mine without the added, well, guess what Beck did? Because guess what? That... I can't read this. Wait, hold on. As much room as Beck is getting to share their truth, I am now ready to share mine without the added... I am now ready to share mine without the added. So, you were gonna be like that before? Okay. Sorry, I'm taking my Rebeprazole because I'm fat. Rebeprazole, by the way, is a GERD medication. I have GERD. And it's... my gallbladder's hurting because I'm fat. Because again, that is not what this is about. After sharing what I did in last night's stream, bawling my eyes out and sharing my truth, which was not correct because it was to do with like the bed, I guess. Because Amber said that they bought a bed for Beck with the inheritance money. Like Amber paid in cash. Which Beck then clarified, no, we got that bed before my mother passed. So shut the fuck up. I actually feel lighter, better. I feel okay after crying on stream. My mental health has been so bad that it has actually been scaring me. And I realize now is because of the silence. So remember how we were wondering what is going on in Amber's life that's causing her so much anxiety? She was already dealing with this before Emily broke up with her. So, I haven't matched the timelines together. Maybe I should. I did. I went back. Beck posted their first video back on YouTube on the 16th of January, and that's when Amber started dealing with a lot of mental health So it does line up. That's what was causing her a lot of anxiety or anxiety. I feel like this, we haven't gotten to this part in the video, but Amber does talk about going on, or like starting some DBT workbooks, and I feel like DBT would be detrimental to her mental health things. Because a lot of what DBT focuses on is distress tolerance and emotional regulation, and so if a situation like that triggers her that much, but at the same time, I think it triggers her that much because she doesn't have control. She's not in control anymore. She can't control Beck and what Beck says, and she's trying so desperately to grasp onto any little bit of control that she can. Like in her latest live, I actually did watch like Apathetic Facts' video about it. I'm not sure if I think I need to sit with it for a bit and come up with my thoughts on this live, because it was really, really gross. You could see the gaslighting, you could see the manipulation, it was so gross. But she's been having mental health issues and struggling a lot because she's losing control of the narrative. So she'll never admit that to herself. Maybe she will. My toxic trait is always thinking that Amber might one day start realizing how toxic she is. I hope someone in her life, her therapist or her mom or whoever, can tell her how toxic these are, what she's doing. Like this live, the entire live was her. She took quote unquote accountability for some things, quote unquote. Like she admitted that Beck wiped her and her mom wiped her for a period of time. But a lot of it was like, look what Beck did. This is what Beck did. Beck hurt me here, and Beck doesn't remember things correctly, and it was really, really fucking gross. So, anyway, back to the video. But apparently, when Amber was saying the weight of the world was on her shoulders, she meant Beck coming out and speaking the truth. I have been holding on to so much that wants to be let out gracefully, so I'm going to allow myself to do that. Remember, live streams are always held on Tuesday nights, but if I plan on going live again before that, I'll be sure to let you know. I hope to see you there. Warning, there will be a lot of tears, but for each one, I hope it is just one step closer to healing for everyone in this situation. You don't fucking mean that. You were so desperately wanting control. That's what this is. And then she updated it. Thank you everyone for the feedback. I appreciate the opinions and what everyone has to say. No, you don't. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't. It seems like many people are upset with me, willing to break my silence behind a paywall instead of doing it publicly. So I have decided I will be doing public live streams after all. Okay. Live streams plural? No, please no. I hate live stream eras. I can see how doing it behind a paywall loses the authenticity. Yeah. Duh. That's when people say when she says she's talked to her family, friends, and therapist about opening up about her truth and breaking her silence. I strongly think that these people who told her this, one, don't have the whole story. B, did not tell her to do it behind a paywall. 'Cause they wouldn't say that, especially a fucking therapist. Especially a therapist. I feel like a therapist would be like, yeah, I don't know what a therapist would say, but I don't think a therapist would say that. So this obviously doesn't take away my Tuesday night live streams with Stream Queens. It just means extra live streams and that you will be seeing me a lot sooner than you think. So then she posted a video today, which I initially thought this was a bib. In the thumbnail, I originally thought that was a bib, and then I thought it was a shirt, and then I learned it's underwear. And the way she's holding it out to the camera, bitch knows what she's doing. That's all I gotta say. Bitch knows exactly what the fuck she's doing. I don't want to see your underwear, even if you just bought it and they're clean, you haven't worn them yet. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't need to see it. Because now, imagine that going on your butt, and I don't want to imagine that no more. And then, she just went live an hour ago. Or ended it an hour ago. You don't get to decide how a victim shares their story. No one cares that you want to handle this offline. You only want that because it'd be more convenient for you. You're selfish. You're dealing with the backlash now as a part of taking accountability. Yes. I think you need to know about her BPD diagnosis. She wasn't diagnosed?
Who diagnosed you with BPD and when? So it was actually when I was seeing the psychologist. It was around the era of when I was like getting my weight loss surgery. I was with Feline at the time. Mm-hmm. So it was
Jade. Just say Jade. We know it's Jade.
2023. It was, I would say maybe March of 2023, like around that area.
All right.
And that was when they were like, okay, so you meet the criteria because there's like 9 criterions, whatever.
Criterions? I don't know if that's a word. It might be. Criterion. You need to reach 5 of the criteria, 9 of the criteria. Well, you need 5 out of 9. I don't know, it's been a minute.
And they were like, but you need to see someone who like specifically can help you with this, because my psychologist at the time did not. And I never saw anyone until now. So
I hope you're doing DBT. We're gonna have to like maybe watch some of the greatest hits from that at a later date, because we haven't even gotten started on the main video, the one that was posted today, that was filmed 2 weeks ago. So this one is called Huge Toward Haul. We know it was huge. We saw the thumbnail. Starting Weight Watchers, of course. Suffering in silence. Well, not anymore. Vlog. So grab your joints, grab a blanket, grab some snacks, grab whatever you need to get through this shit, and let's get started. I already had a gummy. I had 2. So I'm feeling good. I don't need nothing. I find when I have my gummies, this hurts. Bitch, why? This, it's a weird pain that's right here. And I've had ultrasounds after ultrasound, and they can't fucking find it. And right after surgery, this hurt like a bitch too. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it sucks. Let's get into the video. Before we get started, please consider following me on my Patreon. It will help me out very, very, very much. I have an Ozempic tier on there, and if I get 39 more people, I'll be able to afford 1 dose of one pen of Ozempic. Thank you to my 1 Patreon member. You are the absolute best. I love you very much. And let's get started.
February 20th. Hello. So
she looks so big in this angle. I'm sorry, she looks like Peter Griffin. Is that bad?
Is February 25th, and welcome to a new
just the side profile, man. Her tiny little chin, her little butt chin. Come on.
Vlog. So I'm just getting ready for the day. So
so she does wear foundation. I want to see how she does it.
Say thank you guys like so much lately for the support. It genuinely means the world to me, more than you know. I know there's like,
so she puts it on a brush first. That makes it so streaky. Using it with, like, putting it on with a brush. You gotta use a beauty blender and, like, buff that shit into your skin. I don't use foundation much at all, because it makes my skin look awful. I don't like foundation.
Rumors going around that I faked having COVID. How do you fake a test like that?
I'm pretty sure there's a way.
And how do you fake going to the hospital? I was also tested.
You could have gone for something else, but whatever. I believe you at face value, sort of. With a pinch, grain, rock of salt, boulder of salt, if you will.
At the hospital, so that also came back positive. But that video of me going to the hospital actually doesn't even go up until tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I have been trying to make my videos have more days inside of one vlog. so I can like catch up a little quicker
Oh
because
my gosh, it's like just
I have
it's just like turning all her face one color, and it's looking real weird.
been extremely behind. Well, I like to say ahead. The more ahead I am, that just means the more filming I've done. So at one point I was like 15 days ahead. So it just means I was filming a lot.
Yeah, 15 days ahead nuts. It's nuts. So that means that present time we're 15 days behind.
My schedule is to upload every other day, regardless of how much I film. So I made kind of like a big purchase last night, and
because of the torrid haul.
My bank was like, fraud is happening, and I was like, no, it's not.
The rummaging through your shit while you're talking, man, it's so distracting.
So I had to call the fraud number, let them know everything's okay.
So basically you're flexing on us. You spent like over $1,000 essentially. I'm pretty sure that's the limit once, like when your card gets like denied because of fraud. I know that because I had to pay for my brakes like quite a few years ago for my car, and yeah, I had to call my bank and be like, yeah, this is me, I'm paying this. So that's fucked up, paying $1,000 in torrid on a torrid haul. That's so crazy. And then she also like spent $250 on this dice game, apparently. You know, that dice app that she was talking about? That's insane. That's insane. For that amount of money, I could get, like, it costs a little more, but I could get Final Cut Pro, and I could, like, really start making good, better content, and having more fun with it, because I have more technology. And especially with the thousands of dollars, I could have bought myself a new camera and done more shit. Maybe bought a fucking computer and be able to stream bigger games. That, you know, it just... But no, Amber uses it on a dumb app on her phone and buys copious amounts of clothing. That in and of itself is... She definitely has some kind of disability in that way, because that's not executive. There's no executive functioning to that. That's like, I have money and I want to buy this and this and this and this and this. And we know this about Amber, but that just kind of hit me with how much she was spending. And it was like, if I had $250 to spend on something, like something for me, I would probably invest it in my channel. If not, I would probably save it or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I would do so much more with that money. But she's definitely not saving for retirement either. She's a flop of a person. She really is.
It was literally me. I love that the bank that I have is like so diligent on that.
Babes, every bank is like that. Every bank.
Though, because I would hate for someone to be like,
oh my god, stop rummaging through your shit while you talk.
My card that shouldn't be, obviously, like, anyone would hate that.
Oh, she probably thinks it's the ASMR. Babes, that every bank does that. Every bank.
So I thought I figured it all out, but then I woke up this morning with emails from subscription services saying, update your payment info because it's not going through. So I was like, what in the world?
So they held your account. Okay.
What's happening right now? So obviously I ended up calling the bank.
Subscription services. I wonder how many she subscribed to and how many she actually uses.
Again, and hopefully we got it all figured out. So I made a purchase on Amazon just to like test it out, and it did go through.
Jesus.
I just get so stressed when it comes to like anything having to do with me calling customer service of any kind.
Sure.
Just a little bit of phone
those eyebrows, man.
Anxiety, if you will. I'm trying to decide if I want to do like long, thick winged eyeliner, or if I just want to do something like gentle, short.
Did she not do anything else with her face? Wait,
to the point. All right, you guys, so I just...
Oh, okay, I guess we don't know. We will never know. Like, you just slap on some foundation? Like, what do you mean? What about the contour? What about the blush? What about the highlight? I forgot to put highlight on my cheeks. Okay, whatever. What about the highlight? What about the powder? You know what I mean? What about the concealer? She just slathers on some foundation and calls it a day? Girl.
Just did some things around my apartment, and now I am about to live stream. So
Apparently, yeah, she's gonna stop sharing her live stream clips on her YouTube videos because a lot of people were mad about that. Like, in Amber's eyes, it was like trying to get more traffic into her members, but her members felt like, we paid for this content and now you're just putting it out like for like just on your channel just for everyone to see. So
today is my 5th live stream
God, we're so behind. We are so behind.
membership.
Good Lord. And she thinks she's ahead. She views it as being ahead. And no, we're really behind. Us viewers, we don't fucking like that. Like, I saw this comment saying that, like, oh, I can't wait to hear about this in Amber's vlogs in the middle of April. Ugh.
I have to be live in a minute and a half. I hope I make it in time. I just came back from the dumpster, so.
You didn't take yourself out, though. You were taking out the trash. You forgot a piece. You forgot a big piece. That was mean. All
right, I'm going to title this one, Hello. Beautiful Stream Queens. Because you guys are all beautiful if you're watching. And I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of my memberships.
No, sorry, girlie. I'm not.
So I'm going to set this up and then I'll show you guys a few clips from it. Not the highlights, not the lowlights, just random clips. So
Yeah, I know, because you don't fucking... the random clips she shares are so stupid. Like, this is a tripod. You have so little ideas of what to do with your content that you just... This is a tripod. This is a hand fan. Get some originality. God damn.
I haven't been doing cameos while healing. It turns out I'm pregnant. Okay. Oh my God, congratulations. I know a lot of people
Okay, Jesus.
were coming for me about, oh my God, she's like putting trash in a journal. It's like a whole phenomenon. I didn't make it up.
Phenomenon.
I did not make that up.
A feminine-omenon.
A lot of people think I'm...
No, I believe that it's probably a real thing, but just the things that she put in the trash journal was interesting because it was all about food.
Trolling when I'm not, and then a lot of people think I'm serious when I'm trolling. But I guess that's my fault, huh? I like to hang out.
When are you ever trolling that you say that you're trolling? What? Admit to some trolls, maybe.
With my mom because I lost so much time, like as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult. Like,
oh, that brings something up. Hold on. I want to address the messy background. I'm very sorry. This is my craft room / my office. I call it my magic room because when I was a kid, I always thought like the craft. You know how you have like your craft room, the room that you do like your hobbies in. I used to call it magic because of all the glitter and because my mom would fix my clothes. So I'd have a shirt with a hole in it and my mom would patch it up and I'd be like, it's magic. So I'm sorry for the mess. I will show you, however, I did it. They're so cute. They're so much cuter. It is so much cuter. You can't see the iridescent on camera. I'll have to take photos of them in the sunlight or something because they are gorgeous. I'm so proud of these ones. These ones came out so much better. I wanted to address that. And then I wanted to address something that was mentioned in the live stream with Nerfy and what's her tits, not that Jade, and Beck and Casey. Beck had said that Amber told them that in Amber's foster home where she was in and until she aged out, she had to stay in the garage while the family went to Disney World because the house was getting fumigated or something. And Casey was like, no, that's a fucking lie. Like he was saying, no, that's not what happened. But then I thought about it and remember how in my last video I was talking about reading A Child Called It. That was one of the torture tactics that the mom used on David. The child, he stayed in the garage. That was one of the things to isolate him from his family. He stayed in the garage while his siblings all had their own rooms, or probably shared rooms, I don't know. And knowing that that was one of Amber's favorite books, it just, coincidence? I think not. By the way, I did mention it to my mom because I finally got to talk to my mom today. That was one of the books, one of the things that pushed my mom into wanting to be a psychologist. So thank you to whoever talked about that book, because now I'm reading it and I feel like history's kind of repeating itself a bit, because I'm thinking like, holy shit. I don't know if I want to work with kids, but like I didn't know if I wanted to work with kids before, but now after reading this book, it was like maybe. But knowing that it inspired my mother to become a psychologist and work with kids, she wanted to work with those kids, the kids that were in the books, that were in that book, and they're real stories, right? And just to think about how many people David Pelzer inspired with that book, and how horrifying it is, and how he went into so much detail. God, I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed by it. So thank you for bringing it up, even though it was misinformation, and you did clarify that, yes, I just heard it somewhere. So, anyway, that's just something that I caught onto that made me feel very uncomfy.
So much time. So I kind of just like do what she wants to do, and she loves a good bingo moment. I'm not gonna lie, that's like her thing.
Sure.
It's a delirium. Is that a word? What is your top 3 favorite Gaga songs? Paper Gangster. I feel like it's so underrated. I love Paper Gangster. Do you like
Paper Gangster?
Oh, this is an old one. Some shit don't fly by me in the map, 'cause I do not accept any less than someone just as real, as fabulous.
Okay, I've never heard that one before, but sure. And it's Paper Gangsta. Thank you very much.
Trump? No.
Wait,
Do you still
what?
talk underrated? I love Paper Gangster. Do you like Trump? No. Do you still talk to Dalton? Oh my god, wait, stop right now. How do you know about Dalton?
Oh, yes. Oh my god. See how far behind we are? Jesus.
I am beyond confused.
Oh my god, story time coming soon. This happened 2 weeks ago.
How do you feel about Elon Musk? I think he's like a robot. I sound
Okay.
drunk.
Okay.
I'm telling you, my jaw was on the floor. Maturity finds you.
Do you see that cut? She's literally just like skimming and just like taking parts at random. Jesus.
You learn people's boundaries. I am vaccinated against COVID. Yes,
We know this.
been vaccinated and boosted multiple times. I love editing.
Sure.
I love it. Reaction channels blocked you? Why?
You love editing, do you?
Like, I've always been the type of person that like goes through fixations. I've been like that forever. Like, I become like manic fixated over things, and then I just stop. So I do that for 2 hours straight, nonstop. Wait, that
Do what? This? Oh my god.
looked really wrong.
It did.
Oh my
What
God,
the
someone
fuck?
messaged me and said, just FYI, Rosie has a chat in her Discord dedicated to you. She snipes your members only lives. Rosie, your obsession is real.
Wow. Okay.
Hello, girl.
She's awful. She's just awful, isn't she?
Is that on the 2025 bingo card? Like,
Very unoriginal too.
I kind of... Sorry, I randomly just got hungry.
And then he just stared at your fridge like,
Disapproving Lynn. What does that mean? Disapproving. I guess like...
did I said this in my last video or the video before that? She must know how stupid she sounds. She has to know how stupid that sounds. Is that her trolling? The like she believes she got COVID from the mist? Is that her idea of trolling? Because it doesn't come across that way. It comes across as you being a fucking idiot. What do you mean?
I went to the Redwood Forest for a field trip. one of the best experiences of my life. Oh my God. Your girl has not lost members. She has gained over 30 since I've
Wow, great. Good for you. I don't believe you.
been on here. Thank you.
Yeah, bull.
How did that even... What? I'm lost.
I don't know. Maybe people wanted to hear you talk about some current things. You probably have less now.
Sometimes I hear water in the walls. People say that I check myself out.
Do you mean like pipes? Like pipes? Like someone flushed pipes? Someone's taking a shower and you're hearing the drain in pipes?
Oh, so let me just do that real quick.
What?
People say that I check myself out, so let me just do that.
Oh
real
my
quick.
God. You do check yourself out all the time. You stop.
I'm giving model.
No, you're not.
That's gonna be in my blog. Like, what is happening right now? We have a whole telenovela. Do you guys ever forget how fat I really am?
Yes. Frequently.
I got banned from Jordy's stream supporting you.
Oh.
Ugh, I'm sorry. I'm not surprised they can't handle it.
Oh, they can't handle supporters? Girl.
What does that mean? You remind me of the cutest doll ever.
Can we be done with this? Can we be
I
done?
love a surgeon. Like what?
You
like,
are a surgeon? You live a surgeon?
I love a surgeon.
Oh, okay.
Like what? Like you're like magic. She's giving
Okay. We're... sure.
model. Like is she a model?
No,
Like,
she
what
ain't.
the fuck? All right, you guys.
Oh my God.
We have a very
I hated that. That was really awful.
big torrid haul. So let's get into it. All right, first things first. I like a really big, cozy cardigan
We know.
or sweater. So I got this size 6, super adorable
Ew.
blue
That looks like something like a grandma would wear.
cardigan.
Like, not even a fun grandma, like a terminally ill, like dementia grandma that doesn't know where she is and her teeth are falling out. That was really oddly specific.
Sweater with these Cupid. Definitely not Cupid. I'm trying to say cute flowers. Sorry, I'm slap happy. Y'all noticed that in my live stream. I'm
Slap happy, casual, or flippant in a cheerful, often irresponsible way. I feel like I've heard her say this before. Slap happy is weird. Is that an American thing or an Amber thing? I feel like I haven't said that in a while. Is that an American thing? Do Americans say slap happy? Because I've never heard of that before until Amber.
just like on lack of sleep, but you know, that's fine. Oh,
You're always on lack of sleep because you don't fucking sleep because you have sleep apnea.
oh my God, this is so freaking cute. That's about as low as my tripod goes, but
Right. I just threw up in my mouth. I'm not even kidding.
how adorable. It's such like a cozy fit. I just like being warm.
It looks small on you. It looks... That was a 6X?
It's such like a cozy fit.
It doesn't even...
I just like being warm.
It doesn't even really... Yeah, it doesn't even, like, cover her. That looks so gross. Ew.
That is like so cute. I cannot stand it.
What did you just knock over?
Oh no. I just dropped a Lego. How depressing is
Oh, the towers. The towers fell. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. The towers. I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
is that? My poor Lego is all broke. I guess we'll worry about it later
Yeah, I hope you step on one of them.
because I have a haul to film. Oh my God, this is so soft. So I also got this in a size 6. It is just a
Okay.
strap tee.
I'd fuck with that. I'd wear that.
It's gray with black snake and
Okay.
leaves. If you guys don't know
I'd wear that. Shit.
anything about me, I love a snake. Size 6.
That's literally the first time I've ever heard you talk about snakes like that. So, what?
I just got this black t-shirt that says tragic on it. You don't need an explanation. Again,
All right, sure, because your life is tragic.
size 6. I got this checkered sweater. It's supposed to be
Item number 6. Jesus, yeah, she spent over $1,000.
like over the shoulders, so it's supposed to like go down to here. Sweater. I thought this was super cute. So I'll
Looks like a picnic blanket.
try some of these on later or in a different video. I don't know. Again, size
I don't know. I hate when she like does that little accent thing. It's so stupid.
6. I like to say the sizes in case you are a girly pop with a similar body to mine.
No, I'm not, thankfully. But I'm closer to Chantal's body. Thankfully.
I got another
Why are you so obsessed with me? Mean Girls.
sweater. It's literally about to be spring and the cold weather is leaving. But I never heard anyone to still wear a sweater in the spring. So this is Mean Girls collaboration. Why are you so obsessed with me?
She took a lot of joy from that. Did you see
In the
that?
spring. So this is Mean Girls collaboration. Why are you so obsessed with me?
She's saying that to like fucking she's saying that to Rosie, to Lexicon. Ugh.
Ooh. Did they send me hold on. Did I accidentally pay for 2 tragic shirts?
Probably.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to look at the receipt. I am such an idiot.
Yes, we knew
I
it.
have the receipt in my hand, folks. I accidentally bought 2 freaking tragic shirts. One
How tragic.
of those was almost $40, so I just spent $80 on
Wow. That's how little she actually pays attention to this shit. Cause like for me, I would be looking at everything on my cart like, okay, I got this, okay, I got that, okay, I got this, okay, one of each.
2 t-shirts. Like, I never mess up like that. Oh,
I'm sorry I yawned so much. Maybe I should start filming before, like earlier, so I'm not yawning. I just like it when it's dark because then you can see the background lights better. Anyway, yeah, you're a fucking dumbass.
oh my god, how did I not notice?
Because
and then
you're
I got
dumb.
a dress, which is a size 4, because I like to wear their dresses in a size 4. So
You like to wear them as shirts. I thought she was about to say she's likes to wear them as shirts.
I thought this was super adorable. Again, I'm not like always a floral girly. Like, it's really hit or miss. It's usually a miss. But this, I was like, it's kind of a hit. Like, if this looks good on me, I'm gonna be super happy about that. All right, the rest of
It
the
probably won't.
things I got are just a bunch of underwear. And again,
Okay.
size 6. I am a bigger girl in a bigger body. If this makes you uncomfortable, I'm very sorry. You should probably click out now.
Oh, that's how she feels about that. She obviously picks her thumbnails, by the way. She obviously does. Because, like, one thumbnail is her shoving her face. This one is her showing her undies. Like, come on.
But we have some sheep on gray panties with black lace. We have a pink pair with this really cute
Ew, that's so gross.
floral design. Again, hit or miss. And this is kind of hit with some baby blue lace. A black pair with just some black lace.
Okay.
A black pair with purple bows and purple lace. Like, look how adorable.
Right.
Black pair with gray bows. So these are literally everything.
Ew.
Black mesh and baby blue.
Yeah, this is what people thought looked like a shirt for a normal person.
Blue mesh.
These do look
with
like
freaking bows.
just like crop tops for like a regular person, or like a shirt for a regular size person.
Like, okay, I've always been a bow girly. And then here we just have some nude and black
Ew.
bow mesh with polka dots.
Ew.
Last but not least, we just have a pink pair.
Oh,
with those
bright pink. Holy hell.
cute heart rhinestones on them.
We're never gonna see. You're never gonna see those. Those are gonna be sucked up in your fat folds. Let me tell you. From one fat girl to another, you're never gonna see those little hearts. Those little hearts are gonna be marinating. Oh, I can't even finish the sentence.
On the side, and some lace. Hello, hello. So it is
I agree with her shirt. I am bored.
February 26th. So I wanted to show you guys that I finally got these in the mail.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Self-directed DBT skills. 3-month DBT workbook. I really actually do hope she does these. Regulate intense emotions and create lasting change with dialectical behavioral therapy. Yay!
I want to keep my therapy like sacred to myself.
Sure.
Because I just feel like
some people think that that's because she's not going to therapy anymore. I don't really feel one way or the other about it. It makes sense to me, but at the same time, again, until I start seeing proof that she isn't going to a therapist, because right now she's talking about things like disassociating. Her community posts have a different kind of flavor to them. Like you can tell she's been talking to a professional. Which, by the way, disassociating. I just want to put this out there. She's saying the words disassociating a lot because she learned that in therapy. Disassociating is not a fun, cute, quirky little thing. It isn't. I've talked about my diagnoses before. I have generalized anxiety disorder and a nice healthy dose of panic disorder. So I understand disassociating, absolutely. The first panic attack I ever had was when I was 3 years old, and I had a legit out-of-body experience. I dissociate when I'm driving, so I will be at one part of town, and then, this is when I was really bad. I was getting over the loss of my brother, and I'd be at one part of town, and then the next thing I knew, I was in another part of town, in another lane, and I don't remember how I got there. And it was scary. I would be doing my makeup, and I would do one eye, and completely forget about it, and then go to do it, and I had already done it, and it was like eyeliner. So like in the waterline, that's what I forgot doing. And the waterline, it's painful to put shit there sometimes. It makes your eyes water. And I forgot about doing it. Disassociating is not a fun, quirky little fucking thing. It's really, really not. I will have moments of just in the middle of a social gathering, I will be gone. And this is my neurodivergence. I will be in another dimension. And people will be like, Tasha, come back. Because I will be gone. And that's in moments of like stress or when I'm overwhelmed. And sometimes I go to a really bad place. Like today, I was triggered by something, and I went into a really bad memory that I had. When I came back, I was just not okay. I was really, really sad. So disassociating is not something cute and quirky to be, oh, I'm just going to disassociate the whole time. It's not a cute, quirky thing. It's hard. It's really hard to live with. So I hate when she says that she's going to be disassociating. Because when you're disassociating, it's kind of hard to then say, I'm disassociating. Like, I feel like there's different levels of it. Yeah, I feel like there's different levels to it. So, sometimes I'd be able to say, sorry, I'm disassociating, let me come back. But then other times I'll be, like I said, like, Tasha, come on, Tasha, hello. I'll be, oh, okay, shit, okay, I'm back. It's just not. I just took that a little personally.
Sometimes I overshare and sometimes I undershare, and then that leaves holes for people to fill in themselves.
Whatever excuses you gotta make, girly pop. Whatever excuses.
And I just don't want to do that with
Have we noticed that she stopped saying hectic and girly pop? Ooh.
Therapy. But I do want to talk about my experience with BPD because it is...
We are over it. We are over it. One thing that they talked about in the live stream was saying that they don't believe Amber has BPD because Nerfy has BPD and Beck knows someone who does, and so they said there's absolutely no way she has it. There's something else there. And to that, I want to say there's no way to know if someone is diagnosed with something. There's no way to really fully know by just watching live streams or watching YouTube videos. I mean, you'll be hearing stories. Beck has a better idea of it because Beck lived with them for a long time. And one person's experience with BPD can be very different to another person's experience with BPD. And that's not to say that I'm not trying to stand up for Amber in that way, but I do believe that she has some kind of emotional dysregulation due to trauma. It does make a lot of sense. She was traumatized as a child. We know this. As much as she exaggerates, there was obvious trauma that she went through. So I just want to put that out there. She very well could. But we don't know. And we won't know unless she shows her diagnosis papers, which they're really huge. If anyone's been diagnosed with anything like clinically, like through a psychologist or psychiatrist, you get a big document. Because they're not just testing you for like anxiety and depression and BPD and shit. They're testing a lot of things. And they're also testing your IQ. So they're looking into that. My document, it was a big sizable document. So if I don't know if she probably doesn't have that document, to be honest. And I think it's super important to read through it, and have someone there with you when you get your diagnosis, because that other person might pick up on things that you didn't. And yeah, I'm rambling, but just, want to put that out there. She very well could. She might not. We don't know. We truly do not know. But from what I have also witnessed and heard, maybe, it's really hard to fucking say, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't, and it was something completely different. Like definitely some kind of personality disorder, definitely narcissistic tendencies, at least. The need for control with this lady, to control the narrative, it's pretty intense. It was definitely trauma in her life that she doesn't know how to get through, and takes it out on other people. So
huge part of my life, and I suffer every single freaking day. So by a therapist, I was actually suggested these books, which is really weird to me because this has been highly suggested from quite a few of you who have BPD.
Okay.
So this has been in my wish list on Amazon for I can't even tell you how long. It is the
And you just haven't bought it. Instead, you paid $250 on a fucking mobile app on your phone to play a game. What do you mean?
Personality Disorder Workbook by Daniel J. Fox. So it's an integrated...
Oh, I feel like I've heard that name before. Daniel J. Fox.
Program to understand and manage your BPD. It's a step-by-step guidance to help you balance emotions, improve relationships, challenge negative thoughts and beliefs, grow...
Are you going to read me the whole book? Like you read all of the fucking factor meals? Jesus.
BPD and reclaim your life. And then this one is Self-Directed DBT Skills. It's a 3-month DBT workbook where you regulate intense emotions and create lasting change with dialectical behavior therapy.
How did I know she would say that word wrong? How did I know? No, it's not dialectical. Dialectical. I almost said it wrong. Dialectical.
Intense emotions and create lasting change with dialectical behavior.
I swear she thinks that's the way to say it. That's not for attention. That's her being dumb. Genuinely being dumb. Dialectical. Read the word. Like she looks at a word and then just thinks, oh, I know how to pronounce this. She's not reading it out in her head. Dialectical.
Therapy by Kiki Felling and Elliot Weiner. Okay.
Elliot Weiner and Kiki. What the fuck? Jesus.
I'm doing EMDR, but I really want to do...
Yeah, you need to be doing the dialectical behavioral therapy. This is what I was talking about. This whole time. Like for a while. A long time. For basically my whole channel. It was the dialectical behavioral therapy she needs to do. I mean, she needs to do more than that, obviously, but that is really vital to do.
DBT. So since these were recommended to me, by actual.
They are going to gather dust. I know they are.
Professional. I really want to give them a go. And
By an actual professional, but you wouldn't listen to your fans. You would okay. Your fans who would like have said, "Hey, I have BPD and this helped me." But no, you wouldn't listen to them. You listen to okay.
I want to share some of these workbook pages with you guys. I'm
all for it. I'm all for it. I really am all for that, actually. I'm actually kind of pumped about that. That is going to be super interesting to see her read these and then give us her take on what it is, because I'm super, super into that. I'm actually going to be starting my mom, my angel of a mother. She sent me a whole, here, I gotta show it to you guys because it's so fucking cool. The Neurodivergent Friendly DBT Skills Workbook, a dialectical behavioral therapy skills workbook tailored for neurodivergent individuals, including accessible mindfulness practices, sensory strategies, and methods for healing meltdowns. Handling meltdowns. That sounds amazing. You have these everyday things to do, like every day. So self-care, guide to my needs, everyday well-being, affirmative, affirmations, affirmations for rejection, sensitive dysphoria. I have that one big time. This one, huge. Like any perceived rejection, I go a little crazy. So I'm really interested to see Amber's take on DBT as I'm going through my little workbook that my angel of a mother got for me. Anyway, let's continue.
Gonna be shy. I'm gonna be embarrassed.
Duh.
But I want to be transparent. And I want to
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I genuinely am so excited for that content.
Something I struggle with.
Yes.
Something I've struggled with.
We know.
Since literally, I know for sure, like in high school,
okay.
like I still suffered with the symptoms that I suffer with now, like 16 years old. And I've had stages in life where it's been drastically worse, and then other stages in life where it has calmed down a little bit. But having this be something that I have for sure struggled with for like 2 decades, like, it's hard. It's heavy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't imagine my life being any different because this has been my normal. And that's weird for me because it's not everyone's normal. Like,
and now we get to the video where she's just spewing out what the therapist has told her.
The way that I feel and handle things and act, etc. Like, this is not everyone's normal. Like,
it's, you know what? I would venture to say each person's individual experiences with how they handle things and how they feel are unique to them. I'm just going to be kind of bold and say that I don't think one person is the same as the other. They could be similar, but you can't just say like, I don't think like everyone else. Well, duh, everyone's different. Everyone thinks differently. I mean, there could be parallels for sure, but everyone's different.
I've always known there was something wrong, but it's like I could never figure it out until borderline personality disorder was literally diagnosed by a psychologist, and my jaw was
all right. I just don't believe a word she says.
On the floor. Because I can't even tell you how many people told me, like, Amberlynn, you're borderline. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I would get literally defensive about it.
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
But it's nothing to be ashamed of. Yes, some of my actions are very shameful. And
yes, we know.
And things that I truly regret. But now it's my job to fix that. So this is...
And you're doing a shit job at that. I always thought there was something more wrong with me. And then after I got my autism diagnosis, then a lot of things started making sense. A lot of things. I was a little sad at first because it was like, how did no one notice? But for me personally, autism, like in my case, autism is, like I said way in the beginning of this fucking video, Hans Asperger only really researched men, like boys, the boys experience with autism. And the girls were thrown out into the trash because they were different. The female experience of autism is very different from the male. So that made more sense to me that people didn't really see it because we're really good at masking. We're really good at pretending that we're normal, and we really want to fit in. Whereas the male experience typically is they don't give a shit. They're them. They're them no matter what, and they don't give a shit. Like, yeah, they might feel a little hurt if someone makes fun of them, but they don't mask as much. They're not as good at masking as women are. Anyway, let's continue.
This is the new build that I'm currently doing, and
Okay.
I don't think I've been this excited for one in a very long time.
Right.
Honestly. It's
Okay, so
super
it's a
hard.
car.
I am on step 28, and this is what I have so far.
Okay.
I want to give you guys random updates on this because it's going to be hectic.
What about that? Oh, she fucking said hectic. God damn it. Right after I said, oh, wow, she stopped using the word hectic. God damn it. What about that puzzle that she did, like, the border of and then 2 little pieces and never touched it and never talked about it again?
I have been working on this for a while, and that is literally all I've got done. So that Lego that I just showed you guys that I'm doing is 3,300 pieces. Well, more
I
than
thought she was about to say dollars. I was like, bitch, get the fuck out. That is more expensive than a real car.
like, that's crazy. But I want to show you guys one that I just completed that was crazy.
Ooh,
and I call all
the ham hock arms. Just crazy.
building things Lego, even though they're not all Lego brand. It's just easier for me to say that, but they're just builds. So this is the last one I did because I have just like too much time on my hands
Ew. What the fuck is that?
recently. This one was crazy because there's wires all in it and things hooking to things.
Turn it on. I feel like it'd be better if it was turned on.
Because this is one that like lights up. I don't really care
Then light it up.
about that aspect.
I do.
I haven't even charged it.
Bitch.
So you're supposed to like charge it in this little spot back here. I haven't charged it yet, but this
I would want to see that lit up. What the fuck?
this one was intense. Very complicated, but very fun. I love the complicated ones, but I'm telling you that car that I'm building
I feel like this is from like some kind of video game.
right now is even more
I'm gonna speed her up because I've been in here for so long. My gummy has worn off.
complicated than this was. So if anyone's curious about this one, the brand is Funhole, and this one in particular is the Cyberpunk Neon.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it was from some kind of video game. I fucking knew it.
City, and it does come with
Man, Cyberpunk. What went wrong? What went wrong? So much.
booklets. Honestly, I'm finding a lot of different types of brands that the quality is very good, just like the brand Lego. All right, you guys, so we need to talk.
Okay.
Ever since I
Oh, God. Now we've gone to the start. Oh, we haven't talked about Weight Watchers yet or Suffering in Silence yet, so here we go.
got COVID and I was just like trapped in my apartment. I don't know what happened, but I've been like in the twilight zone and my mental health has not been good at all. I'm suffering with things that I do not talk about. I will tell you that. And I have greatly turned to food. Like I ordered the factor meals, they're great.
No, here we go.
But I find myself still wanting ice cream and chips and oh, I'll just order this burrito from this new Mexican restaurant that I like. Like I still find myself doing that. I just haven't been watching what I've been eating. I haven't been weighing myself. I haven't been caring. I don't.
And you can't afford that. You really can't afford to do that. Like, I hate weighing myself every day because it's like, it does make me like a little upset, but I do try my best to just kind of like, okay, that's the number. That's the number. Write it down and then forget about it. And then just do my best at trying to eat better and go for more walks. It's been 2 days in a row now that I've gone for a walkie with my with Moose and my dog, and I feel great. I feel pretty good physically, mentally. That's a whole other fucking story.
I don't even feel like I exist right now. So it's like I need to like snap out.
Talking to a therapist. I don't feel like I exist right now. You mean disassociating? You mean you're talking to a therapist?
Of it. So I have gone back and forth. I'm just like, what do I want to do? I am so conflicted. Like ever since I stopped semaglutide, I just haven't been caring. Like that's genuinely.
I know it's a problem. It's really not a good thing.
Literally, full transparency.
But this is how she got to 600 pounds. I will die on that hill. She got to 600 pounds. She said she denies it till the fucking cows come home. I don't know what the fuck that means. But, yeah, she denies it, but we all know. We all know.
I've not cared enough. I have cared more about like emotionally eating. So I actually am going to be doing Weight Watchers, and I know I've done this 1,000 times before, but it's like I feel like every time I go into Weight Watchers, I never actually follow it the way that I'm supposed to. I always make excuses, and I'm like, oh, they gave me too many points. And then that's triggering because I feel like I can eat whatever I want, which is true. I mean, that's what Weight Watchers is there for. It teaches you, like, you can eat whatever you want in moderation. But obviously, the unhealthier foods are more points, while the healthy foods can be 0 points.
I think very differently about that. I think, especially when you're the weight that Amber is, and even the weight that I am, I think the whole outlook on food needs to change. I think you need to start looking at food as more of a fuel. You need to eat to live, not live to eat, essentially. I mean, I know people who like love food and they're skinny as fuck, or they're just not as fat, but they love food. But the problem is, food is really only there to fuel your body. And when you're filling it up with junk like McDonald's and like just these empty calories that like you will just burn through within an hour and be hungry later, it's really doing such a disservice to your body. Truly. Like, yeah, sure, you could fit it into your calorie count for the day, but is it really that fucking good for you? And I mean, I get it. I like a sweet treat every once in a while. I really do. I do like ice cream and I like chocolate, and I mean, I like popcorn. Popcorn's my jam. But, you know, it's good to allow yourself to have that because you do need to enjoy the food that you're eating. That is a huge part of dieting and like diet culture and whatever. Well, I hate diet culture, but you know what I mean? That's a huge part of your life, is enjoying your food. If you don't enjoy your food, you're going to want the bad shit, right? The bad shit that tastes good. So you need to start making healthier meals that are really tasty to you and more fulfilling because you know it's serving your body well. So I don't buy into this moderation shit in that way. I more buy into what's going to serve my body today. What is this meal doing for me, for my body? I always think about that when I have a meal. I'm like, okay, I got some veggies. I got some fiber. I got some fat. I got some protein. You know, I always think about that when I have a meal. And if I don't have those things in a meal, I feel really, really fucking guilty. And I try to find ways to incorporate more vegetables into my diet, and keep things, you know, relatively low fat. But fat is also important. Anyway, I'm rambling.
Or just like really low points. So it is there to help with that. Like, I've always had this like weird thing about Weight Watchers where it's just like I never followed it exactly right. I would tell myself, oh, they're giving me too many points. But then at the same time, I would be simultaneously eating way above how many points I was supposed to eat. Like, it was just this weird mental, psychological, wishy-washy, weird thing that I was doing in my brain. And this time I'm simply not going to do it. I'm going to sign up.
Sure.
I'm going to do it accurately. And I'm going to see how doing Weight Watchers accurately works for me. So I will do weigh-ins for you guys.
Spoiler alert, it's not going to.
Guys, I'm going to do them once a week. Thursdays are going to be my weigh-in.
If Thursdays are going to be your weigh-in, bullshit. If it did work, she'd be bragging about it in like recent lives. So
and days, because I am starting tomorrow, because today is Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, duh. So in my vlogs every Thursday we will have a weigh-in, and I'll just like talk a little bit about how the week went, but obviously I'm going to show that like in my vlogs as well, show like what I'm eating, how many points I get, etc, etc. But we'll get more into that when the time comes. This was just me announcing your girl's going back on Weight Watchers. I'm really just trying to all around work on so many things at one time, and I'm not gonna lie, I am getting overwhelmed. I know I'm not gonna be perfect. I am trying to like change so much, and like changing overnight isn't going to be possible, especially when I'm trying to like tick off so many boxes of things that I want to change.
But at least fucking start sticking to something. God damn.
I think the fact that I am just like taking the steps to doing so is like really great, but now I'm just like ready to like put in the work. And yeah, so anyways, I do want to end this vlog though.
I don't believe you. What was up with this suffering in silence? What is...
Oh, I will see you guys in my next one.
Bye. That was horrendous. What have we learned? I like to end these videos with saying, what have we learned? Amber is starting these workbooks for DBT. I'm genuinely really excited for her to be sharing her experience with those. I'm genuinely really pumped for that. So she is just really awful. Seeing her in her lives and her live streams, she's just genuinely just an awful fucking person. Like, I would never want to be her friend. I would wide berth, bitch. I would wide berth. I'm a really, really sensitive person in that way, that if I'm trying to be friends with someone, or like I'm getting to know someone and I sense some kind of toxicity, I'm out. I'm out of there, man. I that's probably why I don't have friends, because I get too scared. Or like, even if it is a good friendship, this is just going into my own shit. Even if it is looking to be like a good friendship, a lot of times I'll just ditch because I don't want it to end bad. Because so many of my friendships have ended badly. And to my perceived knowledge, it all has to do with me. And, you know, that might not even be true. That's why I say perceived, because honestly, maybe it didn't have much to do with me at all. It had more to do with the other person and their insecurities and their anxieties and whatever they were going through. Wow, I feel like I made some strides there. Anyway, so I would not want to be friends with this woman. I really wouldn't. Just her facial expressions alone are just like triggering me. Anyway, what else have we learned? She's gonna go back on Weight Watchers. She hasn't been trying to be healthy and take care of her weight. I don't want to edit so much. So I'm going to end this video so I don't have to edit so much in the future. I also, before I go, I want to open a Discord. So I do have a Discord open. I don't really know how Discord works. So I don't really want to dox myself or any of my friends or anything on there. So I do have a Discord. I think I might talk to Mama D about like, yo, I want to make sure that I'm like not doxing myself here. By the way, Mama D, if you guys haven't heard of her, she is also a reaction channel, and she's so fucking sweet. I was in her live this morning, and she was she's such a sweetheart, and she comes at it from a survivor perspective of surviving her mother's abuse. And so it's a very different perspective than mine and my videos. And she's also just really sweet and really fun. And she has like cats that like drag shirts in the background while meowing, all upset. It is so fucking funny. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Please consider following me on my Patreon. It will help me out very, very much. Times are really fucking tough. I don't want anyone to feel pressured. I really don't. But at the same time, it will help me out so much. Thank you all. Thank you so much for my one Patreon member. You were the best. I love you so much. Also, go follow me on my TikTok and my Instagram. I do fun shit over there. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say other than thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to take care of yourself. Make sure to practice some self-care. Do something that you love today. And I will see you in my next one.